snap, and the ball is free.
Okay, next question.
I'm a horse football coach right now.
You know, it got shoved up, shoved it up. It got shoved, right?
What's up, Spartans fans? This is episode 67 of the Spartan Savants podcast. It is, of course, your boy Willie, joined by the Dallas duo themselves, Nikki and Travis. Big one ahead of us this week, a late one in Southern California. We'll dive into that. We'll talk about the Youngstown game. We'll get into everything going on this week with the Spartans. Of course, we'll have the regular segments, Savant of the Week and picks. Want to check in with you guys. Nikki, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm feeling nasty. How are you?
Feeling nasty.
I don't even know what that means. I just wanted to say that.
No, it's better if people don't know what it means. Travis, how about you? Are you feeling nasty?
I don't know if that's quite the way to put it. Feeling some type of way. So
There you go.
It's probably the biggest game we've had so far this year. So it's up there on the worry meter and it's up there on the excitement meter. So
Yeah. Lots to discuss there. A big one for the Spartans, I think, this week, and we'll get into all that. But I want to start, of course, with the Youngstown game. Spartans took care of business, I guess you could say, 41-24. Again, not a flawless win. I don't think they've had one of those yet this year. So we're still holding our breath on that. But let's start off with, I guess, the good. I mean, Travis, I'll start with you. What'd you like? What were you encouraged by? What'd you take away?
yeah, I mean, I like that we won. I mean, that helps. I don't think we should be holding our breath expecting to have one of those complete dominant wins this year, especially after what the schedule is now. But I like the way Childs was playing. I mean, he did throw the one interception, but other than that, he was pretty much what we've come to expect out of him. And I liked what we've gotten to see from the receivers. And I like that, hey, we got some life out of Jack Velling for once. I mean, that was good to see. They were using the tight ends. Masunis has a big role in this offense now. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much that's pretty much the good we saw. I mean, I guess another thing would be we have a kicker. I mean, that's progress in the direction that we need to be going in. So
yeah, I agree with all that. It was nice to see Velling break out a little bit. I think he had like 6 catches for 76 yards or something. So probably his best game yet. Nikki, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, what Viss said, Childs was great. And March the first half was just nice. It was fun to see.
Yeah.
I like the fact that we were rotating a lot of people in on defense so that I can cope and say maybe that's why it didn't look so good. And I like the fact that we were we were never even close to thinking we were going to lose that game at any point.
Right.
Like when people are saying we struggled with them, it's more like we didn't. Struggle is not the right word. It's just we played a D- game.
Yeah, we didn't annihilate them like we thought we would.
Yeah,
like we should have. Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, 444 yards total offense, 60% on third down. Penalties only 2 for 10 yards. The one interception, I thought that was not Child's fault. I think the pass blocking, especially, I don't want to name names, but it rhymes with Schmand and Schmoulis. Got to be better in the pass blocking.
Real subtle.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Childs and Marsh were fantastic. I mean, Marsh, we'll get into him a little later, but he truly is a man amongst boys out there. I mean, you can tell when the running game's not really getting going, they can just get the ball to him to make plays. But I think that it'd be hard to say there's a lot to be encouraged from this game. I think a win is a win. 41 points, I'm not going to complain about, but I just think you look at what Michigan did versus Central, like 63-3. You look at what some of the other teams that we're going to play are doing to to teams like this that are inferior, and it just isn't the same. Like Nick said, there's never a concern of losing, but it's just like you want between Western and Youngstown, we should have stepped on a throat in one of those games. So let's go over kind of the bad. I think that list might be longer than the good, if we're being honest. Travis, I'll start with you.
Yeah. Well, first I'm going to add one more good thing. They did shut down that quarterback in the run game.
They did. Yes.
So that was good to see, especially with some of the quarterbacks coming up on the schedule here. The bad, I'm gonna go offensive line very clearly. They did not open up very many holes for anybody. There were injuries all over the place. I mean, some of that could be the rotation, but I mean, to go along with that, we didn't run the ball very effectively either. So, and that was really the first time in the first 3 weeks that we did not run the ball effectively.
Yep.
And then you see Frazier go out with that injury late, and it's just all really bad. Then you got the 66-yard run from Youngstown State that I believe it set up a touchdown, if I remember correctly. And then you still had Youngstown State receivers being open and guys not getting off the field on third down, or the defense not getting off the field on third down. And if that's happening against Youngstown State, I'm scared what's going to happen in the Big Ten, especially against this USC offense this weekend.
Yeah. I think the running game stuck out for me, and again, I can't quite decipher my guesses from just my thoughts. It's more of an offensive line issue. We didn't manhandle or control the trenches like I would have liked. It's never great when your quarterback is your leading rusher.
They're getting pushed around.
As child is,
on both sides, honestly, too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with the offensive line and the defense, really. I mean, the pass rush, I understand when people say with the running QB, you're probably more, maybe not looking to get as much pass rush and hoping to contain. And I would be okay with that if we had the pass rush in the other games. But when your pass rush has been non-existent all year, it's kind of a moot point.
Yeah, it's LaFele and then 50 feet of crap and then nobody else.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Jalen Thompson to step up. But Nikki, what about you? Anything to add there in terms of the bad?
Are we doing in the ugly? Because I feel like the bad and ugly are pretty close to like.
Yeah.
There was both. Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure about whatever.
Go for it.
Yeah, I mean the defense. We took 15 defensive backs in the transfer portal, and
they all stink.
As of now, they have not proven themselves to be very good as of now.
No.
But it's just tough because Youngstown State you're never going to get a positive thing coming out of one of these games.
It's true.
You just nitpick, but the nitpicks, like, we just looked. And I'm not too as worried about the run just because the other two games the running seemed fine. But I mean, just the defense was like, it just looks like what it's looked the last 4 years.
Yeah.
And with the Lions too, to a certain extent. It's just like I feel like they're walking the exact same defense for the past 3 years.
It's tough. Watching the same team. It's tough to go from MSU to the Lions. It feels like you're watching the same defense 2 days in a row.
Yeah. It's like the Lions can make some big stands when they need to. That's a little bit of the difference.
Yeah, I was gonna say if this defense could learn the bend don't break, even in some of our good years under D'Antonio, we would give up yards. Like those teams would drive down, but we would always get stops in the red zone or stops when we needed to. This team just bends and breaks. As long as we're talking about bad and ugly, the injuries. I mean, this is one of those games where you're hoping for a win, you're hoping for clean execution, but you're also hoping for a clean bill of health, and that was not what we got at all. Marsh Frazier obviously go down. Marsh didn't play the entire second half. Frazier, I think, went out a little later. Both are questionable for this week. My guess is probably not. I think Marsh probably better chance than Frazier. but I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't have either of them.
Yeah, I feel like we're not going to see either of them, and they're just
Yeah.
being coy and playing it off.
Yeah,
I have a good feeling about Marsh.
Okay. I mean, that would be. I'm glad
I mean,
somebody does.
They sound. I mean, not that they're running the program the same way, but what Smith is saying was sounding very similar to what SMU was saying about a couple guys that are not back until this week, which 3 weeks ago, pretty much. So
Yeah.
Regional differences in dialogue.
it could be.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's an example from earlier this year of guys in a similar situation.
Yeah, there could definitely be some gamesmanship involved. It's probably better if USD doesn't know whether Marsh or Frazier are playing until the last possible second. But, it doesn't sound like, I guess with Marsh and Frazier, it doesn't sound like it's a huge concern. Sounds like it could maybe a week or two. Marsh, it sounds like could go either way. Vincic out for the year.
Hey, the offensive line looks a lot better with Vincic is playing. Oh, hey, he's out for the year.
He's out for the year.
It kind of looked like it too when
you could tell. Anthony, yeah. Alante Brown sounds like long term. Not that he was a huge piece, but he's made some big plays in special teams.
He had a couple 60-yard returns against Boston College.
Yeah,
he was the honorary captain of the Youngstown State game.
Yeah,
I hope.
Forgot him.
Kind of messed up. I hope that really killed the vibe for some of the players, and that's why.
yeah, hopefully. And then Pretzloff and Moore both went down in the fourth quarter. They sounds like they're on track to play, but even so, those nagging injuries can just, they can hurt performance and step slower. It'll kill you in this sport. So, did not get the clean bill of health we wanted. In terms of that, that's what I had for the ugly. Do we miss anything on the ugly?
I don't think so. The injuries was what I was going to point at.
Yeah.
Especially starting running back who's had a good year going down in the fourth quarter of a game that was, never in question. Was close, but never in question. So
yeah, it's tough. Yeah, you just kind of wonder, like, another thing we wanted to see was just younger guys a little deeper in the depth chart getting reps, and I feel like we had starters in the entire game.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw the article I wrote at Spartan Avenue, but it was 3 things I wanted to see from USC. They did none of them, against Youngstown State. They did none of them.
Yeah.
I will say they did rotate. They did rotate a lot. It just was like not as much at the end, I guess. I'm coping.
Fair.
Yeah.
I wanted to see, up 30 points, young guys getting
Alessio.
in. Yeah. Not a single starter on the field. Yeah.
Another bad is Childs hurdling that guy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Heart stop.
I mean, what are you doing, man? I love you, Aiden. Please don't ever do that again.
Yeah.
No. You got them all. Yeah, look, I'll overlook that.
You can't risk our season like that, man.
No.
It's already an uphill battle.
Yeah. I mean, that was hold your breath. Just like, what are you doing? Please don't do that.
I kind of liked that. That was I felt alive.
He wasn't even close. And the guy was standing up. It wasn't like.
It was like, okay, you're gonna slide right. You're gonna slide right. Hey, you're going up, not down. Okay.
Oh my God, that's the wrong direction. One of the things that stuck out to me, and this is why I get frustrated with this team, is as good as the offense was, the time of possession, 30 minutes, 6 seconds for MSU, 29 minutes, 54 seconds for Youngstown State. That's way too close. It's like if we were big, if we just had big plays and we're scoring all the time, and look, we scored on a lot of drives, scored 41 points. It's not like we didn't score, but like in a game like that, like your offense, it should look a little more lopsided in terms of time of possession. And like I said, it'd be one thing if we're, getting the ball, scoring in 4 plays, but that wasn't the case. You just want to see a little more dominant performance in some of those substats. That's like, why can't we blow teams out 77 to or 63-3 or 77-0? Because we don't dominate the game in any aspect, really.
Yeah, you got to stay on the field, and they didn't do enough of that.
Yeah, defense doesn't get off the field, and then the offense. And look, I have very few complaints about the offense outside the offensive line, and that could come with time. The offensive line, I think, unlike the defense, the defenses, they are what they are at this point. I think the offensive line, I think, can gel, and I know they're still moving guys around, and unfortunately with injuries, they'll probably be moving guys around less, but that might be better in the long run in terms of gelling and just being able to execute and everything. But the offense is fine.
Yeah, they did say that the rotations on both sides were going to shrink a little bit in Big Ten play. So
and that makes sense. I mean, they've been rotating guys on defense a lot. I think they had like 30 players play for Boston College on defense alone.
Yeah. And Rossi said that was the goal, was for 3 plays or these 3 games to get as much information as they can and then shrink the amount of playing time that people are getting and all that, and zero in on who's going to help the most and all that. So
Moving on from Youngstown State, I think we've kind of milked that cow dry. A lot of talk this week with UCLA firing their coach, Jonathan Smith's name popping up. With really the only connection being that he's from Pasadena. I have my thoughts on this. Trev, I'll start with you. I think there's 2 parts of this conversation, but Trev, just give me your thoughts on potentially Jonathan Smith to UCLA.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what people think they're trying to do with that, with the fact that he's a West Coast guy, it's a UCLA, prominent institution and all that. But at the same time, with the stuff you hear about how their football programs are run and everything right now and their school or whatever, I don't know why you would want to take that job right now, other than the fact that it's LA and it's bright lights and all that stuff. But you're also playing right now second fiddle to USC out there in Lincoln Riley. I mean, not that we're necessarily the top program, because we're really not in Michigan right now. But it's just, I see what they're trying to do. I don't see a reason for him to go out there and take it. So,
yeah, Nikki, anything to add there?
If Jonathan Smith is the coach at UCLA, it means 2 things. It means, 1, it didn't work out here just because he wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
And it would either mean that, or it would mean he cares more about comfort and being in California than he does playing winning football. And then he shouldn't be our coach. So that's what it is.
Yeah, I think for me it's frustrating from a standpoint of it's not, and I understand why his name would be thrown out there, right? He's from Pasadena, he's a West Coast guy. But that's it. That's really it.
Yeah.
And Nick Saban never talked about going to West Virginia. You never heard Nick Saban West Virginia rumors. I don't really know how important that kind of connection is. But 2, it's not realistic in a standpoint of UCLA is a mega step down in terms of program tradition, program history, and then where they currently stand. They have a beautiful stadium way, way away from campus. I don't know if you guys saw the turnout for that New Mexico game at that stadium.
Awful.
It looked like a high school game. The stadium was maybe 1/8 full. Maybe.
They're also the worst team in the Big Ten right now.
Yeah, it's not a good program. He would be taking a huge step back in terms of the resources, what the dedicate, the promises they would have to make for him to even consider leaving Michigan State, I think would be astronomical. That is not even getting into the money, but they don't put resources into that. It's not a desirable job right now. So I just don't really see the realisticness behind this, if that's even a word. But
we made it one.
Yeah. But with that in mind, I've seen some people say if Jonathan Smith wants to go to UCLA, we should let him. And then all of a sudden, all these kind of 97.1 was talking about it. I've just seen people upset about the performance so far. There you go. There's the tweet. Yeah. If he leaves, we should let him walk. I mean, it's like it's been 15 games. So, Travis, are you like at all in the camp of like ready to move on from Jonathan Smith, or I just like this is not even like to me. It's like we've played 15 games. He's coached 15 games. Like it's not even fair to me to be. It's not like he took over a program that was like ready to win games. And if you thought he was going to come in and start rattling off 8+ win seasons, you haven't been watching Michigan State football for the past 3 years. But Travis, let me know where you stand on this.
Yeah, I mean, to that point, it's not like if he had taken over in 2019, 2020, right after D'Antonio retired, we're talking different conversation here. Yeah. Probably, even though those teams were on the downward slope a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
But I know I'm not at the point where I'm ready to push him out. I can see the frustration and everything, but at the same time, I mean, the college football I grew up watching was, you get 4 years and then we decide to make the decision and everything. Yeah. I mean, I get NIL and transfer portal, all that has made it kind of easier and made people impatient. But I mean, you look at what Oregon State's doing right now and how far they've fallen without him. I mean, he's clearly a really good football coach. I don't know, like, you don't want to lose him. You don't want to pull the plug too early and lose him to some school that's going to end up being really good and, hit the reset button and end up screwing it up again. Plus, he barely has his recruits in here at all. He's got a bunch of top, I think it's 6 guys in the top 300 in next year's class right now that after the recent ranking bumps. So, I mean, it's coming. It's just got to the current state of college football and college sports has made people very impatient, especially after what Indiana did last year.
Yeah.
I mean, but to that point, Cignetti brought in a bunch of his own guys into that program, and we only got a few guys from that Oregon State program. And let's not act like Oregon State was he had them being a good team. Let's not act like they were a college football playoff team when he was there. That's a completely different story.
Yeah. Yeah. To me, way too early to be having this conversation. One thing people don't ever mention is like, if you fire a coach this early into a rebuild, and it was a rebuild, make no mistake about it. You are you're just starting from ground zero again. Like you're starting over. So you're adding another 5 years to that timeline. It's one thing if you said Nick Saban wants to come coach the Spartans today. Okay. But like, if you fire Jonathan Smith, who are you going out to get that's going to start going, rattling off 8+ win seasons again? So I don't know, Nikki, where do you stand? Right. Certainly not Tony Annese. I mean, look, Tony Annese, great coach. Great job at Bear State. Unbelievable.
But you were not hiring a 64-year-old coach for a rebuild.
No, and I love that offense they run at Fair State. Like I said, he's done a great job there. But if Western Michigan hired him, I think that'd be a great hire for them. Yeah. But this is this is a different animal. Nikki, anything to add on your end?
Yeah, it just seems like people are like getting mad at Jonathan Smith for being on this list. Like some intern made. Yeah. Like they're like, if Jonathan Smith wants to go, he should take his ass back to like Pasadena. Like he is never even like sniffed the idea that he is. And we're 3-0. Yeah. Like, can we wait? Yeah. Like, look,
worst 3-0 team in the country.
Like, can we wait a week?
Yeah. Look, if we go
5,
if we go 0-6 in the next 6 games, then then I can understand there being some. Look, and I understand there's concerns, right? Like, but it's not like he took over a team that was rattling off 10-win seasons and had talent coming in. But on one thing that always bugs me too is when he was at Oregon State that last year, you see this list come out like top 25 coaches. He was consistently in that 15 to 20 range, like very well thought after or thought of coach, very highly regarded. And now just because he's at Michigan State, you never see his name on that list ever. Like what? Just because he changed schools?
I thought he was like number 50 on a top 50 list.
Yeah, Oh, you forgot how to coach on the way East Lansing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
act like no one ever leaves their home state. Like, oh,
Yeah.
he's a West Coast guy. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
like it's like he's learning a different language.
Yeah.
Can't do his laundry at mom's house anymore.
Yeah, like
yeah.
I just don't like it's not that big of a thing. Like, yeah, like you're saying with Nick Saban in West Virginia. Like,
yeah, you never heard those rumors.
Well, I think to that it depends on the coach too, like how much they liked being home, how much they liked that whole area and everything, and the family situation and all that.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody is really itching to go coach at West Virginia.
Yeah,
I mean it's been a decent program, but
yeah. All right. Anyways, on to USC. Oh boy, the Tigers just gave up a couple more runs. On to USC here. 11 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central. Obviously a late start. I believe the Spartans get in tomorrow, so they should have some time to adjust the body clocks. I think we've probably hit this topic quite a few times, but like, how big of a deal do you guys think that time of the game is for us? I mean, to me, it's a bigger hurdle than I would hope, but also that's because I'm scarred because of all of our performance in the West Coast.
yeah.
But to me, it just feels like a huge disadvantage for the Spartans.
I mean, it's been almost 70 years since we won a game out there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
We're due, I guess. But this, I'm not I'm like I said last week, I'm not a fan that we have to do it, although I'm going to find it as a really, really funny bit for other Big Ten teams. It's just, I want to say it's not a big deal, but it is. It's like, to me, playing a game, it doesn't really matter. But at the same time, you got all the travel, all that, all the preparation, everything changes and everything. So and clearly we haven't been very good at that for the past almost 70 years. So it definitely means something.
70 years is a long time. That's a heavy sample size.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's only like 15 games, but that's still,
that's enough.
More than a season's worth of games. Yeah. So it's just getting worse with all the West Coast teams that came into the Big Ten. So, I've always said it's not a big deal, but it seems like it is for us for whatever reason. I don't have an answer for it other than I guess it's a big deal.
Yeah. Yep. No, I'm with you, Nikki. Going into this one, where's your head at? What are you? Is there anything you're optimistic about, and what are your concerns?
Man, it's tough because there's pretty much any team that is a brand name the past 3 years was just you're done watching it after the first quarter.
Yeah.
And with the game so late, that sounds like it might be a blessing, but we just can't anymore. Like, you hire a new coach, you gotta show me something. Like, you gotta. I do think that the time is almost a built-in excuse because it is tough. I mean, even like Minnesota losing at Cal, Boston College losing at Stanford last week, like that seems to have been an issue the past couple of years with all these new coast-to-coast teams. But like, again, you got to show me something, Jonathan. Like, you're a West Coast guy. You know how USC. You've game planned against USC many times.
Yeah,
maybe Lincoln Riley once or twice. Like, well, you just have to show that you aren't a doormat.
Yeah. You got a chance to make a statement in conference play. And we've talked several times off the air. This feels like if we win this game, it's like that Miami game in 2021. It's going to catapult the rest of the season.
Yeah. A big show me something game, I think, for sure. And look, I don't think the expectation is to win here. I mean, they're 17.5 point underdogs. But like, to your point, Nick, it can't be over by the first quarter. I would like the game to be within reach in the third quarter. And I just want to see a game. If they lose, by a touchdown I'm not going to lose too much sleep. I'm not expecting them to win here, but I want to
Well,
see.
you are
something.
actually going to lose sleep, but that's going to happen regardless.
True. That's true. Travis, who are the names on USC that we should be aware of, that we need to look out for?
Yeah, I mean, everything starts with Jaden Mayava, the quarterback,
Yeah.
UNLV transfer, I believe it is. Only had 1,200 passing yards last year. I think he was a part-time starter last year, and he lit up Texas A&M in their bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
Decent runner, under-recruited, but good player. And he is, so far this year, USC has the second best scoring offense at 55 points per game.
Yep.
And the top total offense, and he is fifth in the country in passing yards right now, right behind Boston College's Dylan Lonergan. And there are three other guys that have 1,000 yards already. So, and he's only just over 200 passing yards away from his total of all last season through 3 games. So that's not great for our passing defense. He also has no interceptions and leads the country in QBR. So, pretty tough quarterback we're up against. They've got 3 running backs. I don't have their names written down off the top of my head, but they've all got they're a more balanced offense this year. They've all got at least 150 yards and 2 touchdowns each. So that's something I got to deal with. Their receivers, Mekhi Lemon and Jacoby Lane, are both top 50 in receiving yards this year. Jacoby Lane was what killed Texas A&M in the Las Vegas Bowl last year. I think he had like 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter or something like that, something insane. And then Mekhi Lemon is 10th in the country in receiving yards and receiving touchdowns. So
nice.
It's a challenge. They're also 17 for 18 in the red zone this year. So gotta hold them away from the 20
like the score in general.
Scoring in general. I believe 9 of those were it's either 9 or 12 for touchdowns, something like that. There's a lot. Yeah, their offense is 6th in passing offense, 17th in rushing offense.
Yep.
However, their defense is susceptible to some plays. It's kind of looking at the metrics, it measures up with Purdue and Wisconsin, so maybe there's some help there. They're also one of the most penalized teams in the country. So that we talk about how much penalties have hurt us. They have a lot more. So if you're looking for bright spots, that's where you got them. It's a Lincoln Riley defense. I mean, we know what to expect from his offense with the Kyler Murrays, the Baker Mayfields, the Caleb Williams. It's a somewhat mobile quarterback that can sling it down the field, and some receivers. And, it's basically an air raid attack. And honestly, that scares me with the secondary that we have.
Yeah. I mean, their offense against our defense is daunting. To put it in more perspective, with Trevor, you talked about number 1 total offense, number 6 passing, 17 rushing, 55 points per game. They're averaging 604 yards per game, 364 passing, 240 rushing. Comparatively, you said they average 55 points per game. MSU's averaging 37.3 points per game, which is honestly pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not worried
that average 19.
I'm honestly not worried about our offense in this game.
Yeah, but
the other side of the ball is terrifying.
Yeah. They're 604 yards per game. MSU is averaging 387, so like 50%.
Yeah,
a little over. Turnover ratios, they're +5. MSU -1.
Like I said, he hasn't thrown a pick yet this year.
Yeah, it's a tall order for the defense, I think. Nikki, what do you think an MSU win looks like? I think there's 2 ways MSU could win this game. Not that I think they will, but I think there's 2 ways. But I wanted to get your thoughts first.
Yeah. So, look, the good thing about our defense being bad is that it doesn't matter how good their offense is. Like they're gonna score. They're gonna score a pretty good amount. They're gonna put up points.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got to just control time of possession. Like what you're saying, kind of the worriness about it being 30 minutes with us in Youngstown State. If that's just how it is with every game for us, if we can just kind of slop it up and have similar time of possession, and just, I mean, USC wanted Childs before they wanted their guy. Let's just prove there's a reason why he's the better QB. We gotta just put it on the offense's back and play him.
Yeah, I agree. I was going to say,
Moppy.
yeah, a little sloppy moppy. One avenue I saw for Michigan State win is just a shootout, and whoever has the ball last, or whoever can come up with a stop or two, or hold the team to a field goal. The other one is, you mentioned it too, keep the offense on the field as much as you can, control time of possession, which is going to be tough if Frazier doesn't play. I think Tulis is a fine running back. I just get really nervous with him pass blocking. I think the biggest drop off between the two.
It's bigger, more physical, harder to take down, I think. But
you would think he'd be better at pass blocking, but
I'm sure he is. He's just had some bad moments that have been at the bad time, because they asked Lindgren about that this week, and he was saying like we're impressed with him in practice. It hasn't worked in the game yet. So
yeah, well,
you got to figure that one out this week.
Yeah, you got to figure that one out fast. Yeah. Welcome to college.
Yeah. It would be really helpful if Marsh and Frazier could go. Honestly, I would take one of the two. If I could have one, it probably would be Marsh. But I think too, they have to play a full game, and they have to get off to a good start, because if you get down 14-0, 17-0, it's really hard to come back against that with our defense. But they need to play a full game. You have to play both halves and execute. Can't play the first half well and then come out flat in the second half, or even vice versa. It's not going to work. And then I talked about earlier, it's okay to give up, first downs. The bend don't break defense can work in this game. If you can hold them to field goals in the red zone, we think our offense can score points. If you could just, a stop here, a stop there, a field goal instead of a touchdown, I think that would be huge. I always say turnovers as well. But Travis, anything additional in terms of what what would be needed for a Spartans victory?
Just think physicality, I guess, overall. That I always go back to the offensive line play, but it's much more than that. I just think, USC, especially defensively, doesn't really have a history of being that physical team, at least a recent history, considering the way the Pac-12 was built and all that. So that's always something that you want to look at in the Big Ten, because comparatively, it's just been very different between the two leagues. And just everything I've said is stay ahead of the chains and don't put our offense in positions where it's got to convert these 3rd and 15s, 2nd and 17s, all that. You want the offense to have as many manageable plays as they can in a game against an offense like this.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be I hope it's going to be a good one, but there is a chance it could get ugly. You just look at their offensive stats, and it's, like I said earlier, it's daunting. Now, looking at their schedule, they beat Missouri State 73-13.
Okay, that's worse than Youngstown and.
Yeah, no, I agree. They beat Georgia Southern 50.
Missouri State's an FBS team now, but
yeah. Purdue, they only won 33-17. Yeah. And I think Michigan State's a better team than Purdue. Now, that was on the road. The game also started 3 hours later because of lightning or weather. But if Michigan State can hold them to 33, that's a lot of points still. But there's an okay chance. You got a chance.
Yeah. No, the caveat to that is the USC guys on the podcast, on the College Huddle podcast, were telling me that USC had a little bit of an issue, kind of like our West Coast issue with going to the Eastern time zone and doing that. So they finally got that monkey off their back. So maybe it's a sign we're going to get our monkey off the back. But
that would be great.
It's just I keep coming back to that passing game over and over, just because they're so good, and then we're 119 out of 134 in pass defense. And it's pass defense. Yeah, it's just such a great matchup for them that it's got nightmares coming a few days before the game.
Yeah, I know. I agree. It's a matchup nightmare for sure.
That being said, a win
I was just going to ask.
The H word's getting used with child.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
We get 2 weeks at least of just him being mentioned in the conversation. I would
Mhm.
think.
Yeah, I agree. I was just going to ask what do you guys think a win does for the team? I know we've likened it to Miami 2021. That's probably the best. I think the best comparison I could truly make, or it would really be a stepping stone win. I think.
Yeah, you probably see us starting to get some votes in the top 25 too. With
I
that,
would think so.
We would be ranked, I think.
I don't think we'd be ranked. They're only 25.
I think it depends how good,
Yeah.
how good the win was. Like if
We
we went
would
out and won, like held them to like 10 points or something.
I would think we'd have to win by like 3 touchdowns.
Oh, come on.
I think the
I
defense
think
would have to play a lot better
On the
than they have.
road, we would have beaten 2 Power 5 teams. Other teams are going to lose.
Considering that's just considering we haven't even received a vote yet this season.
No, I think it's fair, Trev. I think it's fair.
Yeah. If we were already receiving votes, then yes, I would say it would put us in the rankings. But we haven't gotten an AP vote all season, and we know half these voters aren't watching these games anyway.
They are not, especially not at 11 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about expectations. I know it's a week by week team. Nikki, you've said it all year. But I think we've kind of talked about it enough. I think I am worried. My expectations are lowering. I think I had 8-4, 9-3. I think with when we did it with Sheehan, I don't see that outcome anymore. Then I'll win this week. That might change things, but with that defense, I think 6-6, 7-5 is a lot more likely. I don't see the disaster scenario of like 3-9 or 4-8, but there's concerns for sure. Are either of you significantly adjusting your expectations based off the past couple games?
I mean, 6-6 and 7-5 was where I was. So,
so you're kind of still,
I'm happy with what I put. I'm not happy that it seems the most realistic based on, what I want for this team. But I'm good with what I got.
Yeah. Nikki, what about you?
Last week I was 7-5, leading 8-4 over 6-6. I think 6-6 to 7-5 definitely seems the most reasonable. But I do think, again, if we win, 8 is so back on the table. Like
you're going to be screaming for 10-2.
Yeah. If we win, everything's back on the table. But it just looks. It looks like we're better than last year, I guess.
Yeah,
it does. That's what you want to see. You want to see progress. Unfortunately, it's just not enough progress so far.
Yeah, I think the offense has progressed enough where I feel like the steps forward are very visible on the offensive side of the ball. The defense, it looks like the same team.
I think
it'd be worse,
to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. Actually,
I think John Boyer was a great hire to go help.
It seems to be working well.
Yeah.
I agree. Anything else on USC before we move on?
Do we need a rivalry trophy?
I think so. Why not? I mean,
bring in the Trojan horse.
Did we talk special teams yet?
I mean, our special teams are out. No. We don't even know who our returner is anymore.
That's true.
It's Amari Kelly, I think.
Well, Amari Kelly's the punt returner. Yeah. We don't know who our kickoff returner is, I should say.
Okay. Well, then let's stop talking about special teams. I
mean, you want to talk about? I mean, it seems like we have a kicker and we know we have a punter. What else you got?
I just think flipping the field is going to be big for us.
Yeah. It could be. I would prefer not to have to punt very often, but when we do, we've got the weapon for sure.
Martin Connington, 55-yard game winner.
Yeah, I've been very, very pleased with Connington so far. Gun to your head, Travis, I'll start with you. Does Marsh or Frazier play?
I'm going to say Marsh does. I feel like they said that Frazier was in a boot when he left the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't bode well. I mean, that
Yeah.
seems like a multi-week injury already.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. Nikki?
I'm the same. I have a good feeling about Marsh.
Yeah, me too. I'm the same as well. Savant of the week.
Oh,
Nikki
yeah.
surprising us this week.
Euler's
So-
choice.
This week, I forgot about it until like right before we were recording. So I'm going to use the entirety of Michigan State's wide receiver room of 2024, except for Nick Marsh. So everyone, so Isaiah Johnson is no longer with UNC, and between him, Jaron Glover, Jalen Smith, and the other guy, they have 2 catches so far this season. Jalen Smith got one at UTEP against Texas. So nice.
I believe that is our first negative Savant of the week.
Sometimes you get bad, or maybe it'll be their agents, because sometimes you get bad advice. You're listening to the wrong savant.
That's right.
You come here for the best of advice.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. That's right. All right, on to the picks. Okay. So the overall standings are
Yeah, you didn't give it to me this week. So
me at 24-9. I think I said them early. I said them on
No.
Tuesday. Me 24-19, 8-4 last week. Nikki 23-20, 7-5 last week. Travis 18-25, 3-9 last week.
Ooh.
So
Yep.
Travis looking for a bounce back week.
I should just retire now.
Okay, that's not it. There's always big swings in these things. First game, big game this week. 17th ranked Texas Tech Red Raiders. Get your guns up. Traveling to Utah to take on the 16th ranked Utah Utes. 17 versus 16 matchup. Utah favored here as the home team by 3.5.
I'll go Red Raiders. I got nothing to lose at this point. I'm throwing shit at the wall this week and seeing what sticks.
There you go.
I like Tech as well.
I too like Texas Tech. That bodes well for Utah fans. Okay, the Civil War. Oregon State at 6th ranked Oregon. Oregon favored big in this one, 34.5.
Yeah, sure. Oregon.
You know what? I'll go Oregon State to cover. Why not?
It's a lot of points, especially in a rivalry game. I'm going to take Oregon, though, as well. All right, another ranked matchup here. This one in the SEC. 22nd ranked Auburn Tigers travel to Oklahoma to take on the 11th ranked Sooners. Oklahoma favored in this one by 6.5.
Throw Auburn a bone. Who knows? I mean,
Auburn.
Auburn. I, too, am going Auburn. I get to switch this up a little bit eventually here. I feel like we pick Ole Miss every week. I don't know why I keep putting them in. Tulane at 13th ranked Ole Miss. Ole Miss favored by 13.5.
I don't know much about Tulane this year, so I guess I'll go Ole Miss. They've been killing me. I think I've gotten that wrong every time.
I was just going to say they burned me every week, I think.
I'm going Tulane. They're good this year, aren't they? Or is that Tulsa?
Tulane's been all right lately.
Tulane's usually pretty solid. Ole Miss last week, we talked about Fair State earlier. They had a Fair State transfer playing quarterback for them.
That's right. He looked pretty good. I mean, they put up a ton of points. That game was crazy.
Yeah.
Arkansas's quarterback's also pretty good. All right. The 21st ranked Michigan Wolverines, the team down the road, traveling to Lincoln, Nebraska to take on the Cornhuskers. Michigan favored here on the road by 2.5.
What the hell? No. I mean, you know me. I'm not going to pick Michigan. Hell no.
I mean, it's Nebraska. Come on, guys.
One time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Michigan actually wins. I just don't want to pick Michigan. there's a soft spot in my heart for Nebraska, except for the quarterback. I'm going to pick Nebraska. 24th ranked Notre Dame hosts the Purdue Boilermakers. Notre Dame, tough start, but favored big in this one by 26.5.
I'm gonna say Purdue covers, but they'll lose the game.
I'm going to go Notre Dame because I hope that Purdue's bad and that USC barely beating them. Not barely, but
Yeah, I think this is it's a tough spot for Purdue. Notre Dame's got to be pretty pissed off and itching to get a win. I think they come down hard on the Boilermakers and cover that 26.5. Another struggling team to start the year, South Carolina, coming off a loss to Vanderbilt, travels to Columbia, Missouri to take on the 23rd ranked Tigers and Eli Drinkowitz, Nikki's favorite coach. Missouri favored here by 10.5.
Is Sellers out?
I do not know.
Okay.
I believe there's
I believe that was what?
No more Lenore.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. If that's the case, then I'll probably go Missouri.
Same
All right.
here.
Yeah, I did not know Sellers was out.
Oh, he's questionable.
That is questionable.
You know what? I'll take South Carolina. All right, little in-state rivalry action here. Florida Gators coming off a loss to LSU in a tight one. Travel to Coral Gables to take on the 4th-ranked Miami Hurricanes. Miami favored in this one by 7.5.
Yeah, Miami's pretty good. I'll go with Miami. Lagway has not looked good for Florida.
You know, Mario Cristobal is going to lose this game. Florida.
I'm with you, Nikki. I thought the spread would be a little bigger. I'm going to take Florida. They might not win, but I think they'll cover. All right, ranked Big Ten matchup here. This one I am excited to watch. 9th-ranked Illinois travels to Bloomington to take on the 19th-ranked Indiana Hoosiers. The first real test for Indiana. I mean, they've played nobody. Indiana favored here at home by 5.5.
Give me Illinois.
Agree.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. A lot of the same picks this week. I'm going to go Illinois as well. Okay. Defense versus offense here in this one. Iowa at Rutgers. Iowa favored by 2.5.
Who's the offense?
I think Rutgers is.
Are they actually decent on offense this year?
Yeah, well, decent enough.
What's the line? Sorry.
2.5. Iowa's favored 2.5.
Yeah, I'll take Iowa.
I feel like I want to switch it up, but I really think Iowa is going to win. I'll go Rutgers. Why not?
Okay. Yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting game, but I'm going to go Iowa as well. Okay. The Maryland Terrapins are traveling to Madison, Wisconsin to take on the Badgers. Badgers took a nice ass whooping from Alabama last week, but favored in this one by 9.5.
Take Maryland in that one. I don't know if they'll win it, but I don't think Wisconsin's 9.5 points better than them.
Got to go Maryland with this one.
All right. This one, I'll change it up a bit. I'll take Wisconsin. Get right game for them. All right. The matchup of the DFW colleges, Christian schools, SMU at TCU. TCU favored in this one by 6.5. SMU struggling a bit this year.
Yeah. Also known as.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Well, he's going to choose SMU, so.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll go
It's not
TCU.
for SMU. Nikki?
I'll go
TCU?
Yeah, I'll switch it up.
Okay. I'll go SMU. I'll throw Travis a bone here. You're back, Travis.
We're back. Yeah. Okay.
Who'd you take?
What did it cut out on?
Literally,
What was the last thing I said?
We didn't hear anything after I said the spread.
Okay. Very, very last meeting between these two teams.
Oh, wow.
oh,
battle for the Iron Skill. They've played 104 times, and this will be the last time.
That sucks.
So winner take all in DFW. I will be boots on ground at this game.
Nice.
I think TCU is going to win, but I think SMU is going to cover.
Okay, got it. Okay, I forgot the name of this game. It's Washington at Washington State. Travis, do you know the name of this rivalry?
Apple Cup.
Is it the Apple
I thought
Cup?
the Egg Bowl.
Yeah.
That's Mississippi State. I knew it was the Apple. I got those two mixed up too. Egg Bowl, Apple Cup. Yeah, Washington favored in this one on the road by 20.5.
I mean, we saw what Washington State got with UNC last week.
That was brutal.
Although I don't know. Man, this is a toss-up for me. I'm gonna just go with it and say Washington State. I'm not comfortable with that, but whatever.
Washington Huskies, Big Ten.
Yeah, I'm with Nikki. I'm going to go with Washington as well. Okay, Monday Night Football, the Lions traveling to Baltimore, the Charm City, to take on Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Ravens favored here by 4.5.
I mean, that's very fair. It pains me to say this, but we don't play that team well. We don't match up well with that team. I'm taking the Ravens in that one.
Yeah, same here. This is not going to be a fun pick section.
The last time we played the Ravens, we lost 38-6.
I think the Lions are on a bit of a it's a bit of a revenge tour moment here. They took their revenge on Ben Johnson on Sunday, beat down the Bears. The offense is clicking. Some things still working on the defense. I'm a little more optimistic here. I think the Lions can cover, and I think they might win. I'm taking the Lions.
I would be thrilled if that's the case. Both the games that our teams are playing this weekend terrify me.
Yep, bad matchups for sure. Okay, so we're on to Michigan State, the granddaddy of them all, in Southern California at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. local time. Michigan State is a 17.5-point underdog here. I think it opened at 15.5, so it's already gone up 2 points. A lot of bets coming in on USC. Give me your prediction against the spread first, and then we'll do the over-under and score predictions. So, Travis, will start with you.
I think the Spartans cover.
We have to cover.
I think the Spartans' offense is good enough to cover as well. The over-under is 56.5. So if you give me your score, I can figure out if it's over or under.
I don't need. I mean, my score is way over. I'd say 41-30 USC. That is way over.
That's very close to mine. I was doing 41-31.
That is pretty close.
Yeah.
And mine is not far off either. I have 41-27. So pretty on par. Watch it be like low scoring, like 20-17. I don't see how that happens, but
If it's low scoring, we might win.
yeah, you never know.
15-12.
Yeah. All right, that'll do it for this week's picks, and that'll do it for 67th edition of the Spartan Savants podcast. Of course, as always, thank you to the College Huddle for having us as the Michigan State host on their network channel, whatever it may be, whatever they're calling it these days. As always, please follow, like, subscribe, YouTube, wherever you get your podcast. Comments, 5-star ratings, we'll take it all. And as Travis always said, it's free. It does not cost you a single dollar.
I mean, that's always my top worry with subscriptions. So
right. Yeah. But for Nikki and Trav, I'll sign it off. We'll see you guys next week. I think we'll try and do the USC post game on its own episode Sunday or Monday, if we can. I think it's kind of what we talked about. I don't want to speak for Nikki and Trav, but that's kind of what we talked about.
I think you're on the right line there.
That works for me.
All right. Well, with that, go green, and we'll see you guys next week.
Go White.
All right.